Neben mir sitzt jetzt Garth, der Lead Producer von XCOM 2. And looking back at the franchise's history, what did you change for XCOM 2? What are the features you're most proud of when you look at the final product?
Yeah, overall, we wanted to make XCOM 2 far more open-ended and replayable as possible. And we did that in a few ways. We made a procedural map system now, which we did not have in Enemy Unknown. That means that you will never see the same layout twice. Every time you go into a combat mission, it will change, and you don't know exactly how it's going to be layered. We're really excited about that on the combat side of the game. And then on the strategy side of the game, we have a far more unpredictable system as well, where the aliens have their own goals, both short-term and long-term, and they change every time that you play the game. You don't know what they're going to do. So that really forces you to make hard choices and not just have a go-to strategy as you play through the game.
And I've played XCOM on the PS3, and now XCOM 2 is not on consoles, it's only on computer systems. Why is that?
Well, Firaxis has a really strong pedigree in PC. If you look at all of our franchises, that's where they start, that's where a lot of them live and thrive. And we wanted to embrace that because we wanted to make the best game possible for XCOM 2. It really does allow you to focus the concerted team effort when you're on one platform. It also made sense because of modding. We really want to blow the doors wide open with the community and say, hey, you can either edit our game however you want or make a whole new world with our Unreal Engine version of XCOM. We're going to release an SDK, we're going to give them the full tools, so it just allowed us to focus on that.
And with a strategy game, there is so much stuff that people can do, so much possibilities. How do you keep ahead of everything that players can do? How do you layer a game of this magnitude?
Yes, it is a huge task. Our designers do a really strong job of that. They want to get things playable as quickly as possible so we can do internal play tests. They can get feedback, they can filter it, and they can understand how to best balance the game. Because in strategy games, balance is everything. And certainly when you're looking for something that's more open-ended and unpredictable, that's even more of a challenge for the designers to wrap their arms around. So part of it is we also want emergent gameplay as well. You know, the team cannot predict every single situation, but what they can do is make sure that there are enough subsystems there to offset something bad that may happen to them, so there is always a go-to strategy to deal with the hand that is dealt to you.
And if there are players out there who have never played XCOM or even heard of the franchise, how would you introduce the franchise to them, or maybe give them a little advice on how to start playing strategically? Because in a strategy game, decisions you make in the first few hours of gameplay can, come back and bite you in the ass by the end of the game.
This is very true. First, I would shun them if they did not play XCOM, because it is a heck of a franchise. I'm a little biased, but it offers something very different. There is no game quite like XCOM with respect to the low-level combat and then the high-level strategic play. And it really is a unique offering. But to your point about how do you teach people the systems, on Enemy Unknown we had an extended optional tutorial that was about an hour-and-a-half experience over the course of a few missions where we sort of explain the ropes of the systems to you, and we're doing something similar in XCOM 2. We want the game to be deep and challenging, but we don't want it to be inaccessible. If someone wants to learn and play it, they're going to be able to do that. And again, the designers and the UI team, they do a great job of ensuring that while the game is very deep and open-ended, the choices are clear to you. It's very clear what you can do, so we want the player to be able to understand those systems so they can form whatever strategy they want, even if you're a strategy newcomer.
And in XCOM 2, you're basically battling an alien invasion. It's a story that has been done a few times, but I think you definitely put your own twist to it. You made your own surprises. What can you tell us about the story of the game that maybe the first reveal trailers have not told yet?
Yeah, we're still keeping some of the cool story stuff hidden behind the veil because we want players to experience that the first time. We showed some stuff here at Gamescom, which is really cool. You met your new chief scientist and chief engineer, Dr. Taigen and Dr. Shen, but it's Shen's daughter from the first game because he passed on. So we're sort of giving you a taste of where the story could go. You are right that we put our own spin on it. I'm actually really proud of the fact that we didn't just follow up what happens after victory from Enemy Unknown. We're now saying, being that this is a game about challenge and consequences, and a lot of our players lost the first time they played, what would the world be like if XCOM didn't save it the first time? And it's a pretty compelling stage to say, you lost, that we're collaborating with our early players that didn't have victory the first time. This is what the world would be like, and here's your second chance to rebuild XCOM and now do it right.
And It's a great single-player system, but do you have any plans to implement some sort of multiplayer features or a system?
Yeah, we are going to have multiplayer. We're going to have one-on-one multiplayer battle to the finish, where you can mix and match your squad with aliens, with humans, however you want. They're each going to have their own cost to do that, so you have a budget, and then you face off against somebody in a turn-based battle on a procedural map.
So, thanks for talking to us und euch sage ich vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen.